Hello and welcome back to Tony No167, and I think it's time I started a brand new project. A couple of years back I weathered these walls on the Stevenson's bank, and that's as it's been left. A couple of weeks ago I added the extra siding for the coal yard, and I've been slowly, gradually adding little bits and pieces like this three-way signal and some telegraph poles on the top, and added a few trees as well. So, the coal yard. We have a little bit of a blank canvas to play with here, so first thing to do is work out what I'm actually going to put here. This section is only about 4 foot, say, from that bridge to the tunnels here, but this little sections in the middle is only about 2 foot by about 10 inches at its widest point. So I ain't going to get a lot in there. Or am I going to get a lot in there? Originally it was intended for a coal yard, but I've been toying with the idea of putting a mine in there as well as a coal yard. You're probably wondering, well, there's not a lot of space there to do that, so let's have a look, see what we can do. So over the years I've been collecting bits and pieces for this little area. There's a coal office, another office, some coal stays, and a mine, and a chimney. This was made out of a piece of tube which came off a cling film. It's probably one of the smallest diameters you can get, and it's ideal for making a chimney. What I did was I measured 10mm at the top and put a centre line down the bottom, drew the centre line, cut it out, re-glued it back together to make a slight taper, as you can see. And that will just sit in there somewhere. Now it looks overcrowded with all that lot in there, so I'm going to have to make up a template or a floor plan, if you like, to see if we can condense all this lot and make it slightly smaller but still look effective. These I bought pre-made off of eBay. They're alright, but they haven't had the Tony touch yet, so I will adapt them to suit what I'm going to be doing here. There'll be a lot of changes made to this lot, which might not make it recognisable as it is now. So where do I start? That's a good question. I think I'll start with designing the floor plan to put this lot in. Okay, I've been scratching my head a bit and looking around how I'm going to do this. So I think I've got the basic floor plan there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this building down, glue it to the side of that, take the roofs off of here, cut and put a notch in, and then bring that closer in, and the chimney itself is going to be cut into this small building here as well. The main coal office, I'm going to leave it as is. Probably paint the roof and add a light into it. I'll probably put some cobbles in this little area here. And we'll just have to make it up as we go along, I think. I might keep this texture on this little corner here, but everywhere else it'll be brick. I'll turn that into a brick hut. I'll probably put bricks in between these stanchions, if you like. I'll probably add a ladder rail going up. I'll lose this rail totally altogether because it's quite naff. And I'll do the same there. So there's quite a lot to be getting on with, but the main bit is putting the pit together. So that's what I'm going to start with. Okay, this is the main footprint for the 4 buildings that I'm going to assemble together on this piece of card. We have the chimney, the office, the main colliery building, and then the pit head, which is going to go on this piece. So it's a good idea, if you're assembling so many buildings together on one piece of card, is to mark it out first, cut it, and then see where it sits on the layout. And here are the 4 buildings: the pit head, the chimney, the office, and the main colliery itself. So basically what I'm going to do now is cut all this out, go back to the layout, see if all my dimensions are correct, and then we can start working on the building one piece at a time. Okay, I've put the footprint in place, and it doesn't look like much at the moment. It doesn't look like it's going to take up too much room. So I just want to make sure that it will fit before I start putting it together. Okay, now that we've seen the footprint in place, we can start doing the nitty gritty, which is putting it together. First thing we're going to look at is the pit head itself. I've already trimmed the edges to fit the size that I want for the main base. So we'll just quickly glue that on. The reason why I'm doing the pit head first is the main building will come off of this, because that needs to be trimmed as well to suit. Right, so that's a good start. Make sure it's all stuck down, like so. Okay, that's the pit head glued to the base. So the next things I want to do is change the look of this pit head. Some of it I will keep and some of it I will lose. So the first bit I want to take off is this door here. So we shall lose that. Hopefully it's just stuck on, which it is. So what I'll do is I will put in a new door there, because that does not look like a door. Another thing I want to do is put another cross member across here and do the lower half in brick, but keep the corrugated around the top. Okay, what I'm looking at is gauging the heights of the building, so I roughly know where to put this cross member. So I've put the main colliery building alongside the pit head and just marked it with a pencil, so I can put in another span of card across the top, just to make it look at the right height of this building here. And I shall do the same all the way around the pit head. Now I've got a measurement. Right, I am now going to cut some card to represent the beam round the top. So I'm just going to cut it into 4mm strips. Okay, as you can see, I have added the card all the way around. I've added extra piece around the top as well, because I think that was missing. So that should look pretty good when it's done. So next thing is to fill in these spaces around the base with some brick card. Right, as you can see straight away, the brick card is transforming the pit head straight away. See the difference? It's really coming on. All the brickwork completed all the way around, and I've added a new door there. It's an old Metcalf door, and I've just painted it a very light grey, and I've given it some steps as well. Here I'm going to drill a hole for an LED to light up this little area in here. So the next thing to do, now the brick cards are all been added, is to add some more beam work in this section here. I've got some left over, some I-beam, so I'll just glue a bit in there, and I'll do the same to the other side. I'll just mark what I need, and then cut it. I'll cut two pieces identical, and then I'll just glue them in there. As you can see, I've added the extra I-beams just to give it that extra look, and I'm in the process of adding some steps to here, and I've removed the handrail that used to go around there, this stuff, so I can put some different type on. Right, so I've got my steps here, which are going to run up that side like so, with some handrails as well. You can buy these, they're HO scale. Can't remember where I got them from, but they will add just that little bit extra detail. So I shall super glue those in place. Okay, as you can see, I have fitted the stairs along with a handrail. So the next thing now is to do some sort of handrail or guard around the top. So I was just thinking maybe just use a little bit of fine mesh all the way around the top. See what you think of that. Looks like a plan, looks like it might work. So I shall try that. Just going to super glue it to the top, and then just add some posts in the corner and see how that goes. Okay, it seems to have stuck on. I shall now add some posts and we'll have a look at it then. Okay, as you can see, I've added the mesh around the top, and I've also sticking little bits of card on with super glue and leaving the ends long, and then just trim them back as I've gone round, and then just to cap it off with another piece of card using the card glue rocket just to finish it off. And that is a lot better than what was on there originally, I think. Right, so I'll continue doing a little bit more. I'm nearly there with this, and then we can paint it up. See you soon. Right, it's finished now, so it's ready for painting. First thing I'll do is paint the base around here with a concrete grey, which is matte 240. So I shall do that. Yeah, I shall do that, and then once it's done, once the whole thing is done, then I can blacken it and dirty it. But so basically we want to finish this off completely, ready for this section to be added. Okay, the safety guard around the top of the pit head is now being painted black, and all the black beams around the pit head itself are painted black, and the concrete's been done as well. I'll just turn that around to show you. So all in all, it's not a bad little job. Okay, as you can see, I have painted the staircase silver just on the footsteps, and that'll just need dirtying down. And I've also painted the lid flashing in there a lead colour. So it's coming along. So let's just go and see what it looks like on the layout. That'll look neat there when it's completely finished. But that's the pit head done. So there's still a bit more to do to it yet. There's the main colliery building to add, the chimney stack, and the little office on the side. So I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and I'll catch you again in part 2 when we do the additional colliery building. See you then. Bye.